If a major conflict were to break out tomorrow, who would be the first force to appear in the sky, at sea, and on the ground? In 2026, just how powerful is the U.S. military? And how intimidating is that power really?
Welcome to the Military Analysis Channel. In 2026, as the global order continues to shift, one question keeps coming up in military briefings around the world. Just how powerful is the U.S. military, really? In 2026, the United States military is still widely regarded as the most comprehensive military force on Earth. Not because it dominates in just one area, but because its power is built on several core foundations. Three key pillars: global presence, rapid response, and military technology that stays ahead of its time. The U.S. maintains hundreds of military bases, large and small, across nearly every continent. And that leads to one cold, undeniable reality. When a crisis erupts anywhere in the world, the U.S. military is often the first force to arrive. America does not have the largest number of troops, but its military is structured very differently. Fewer personnel, but greater firepower, higher speed, and coordination measured down to the second. The three main branches, the Army, the Air Force, and the Navy, do not operate in isolation. They are linked through a unified warfighting system, where intelligence, firepower, and decision-making flow almost instantly. A target can be detected and struck within moments. And this is only the big picture of U.S. military power in 2026.
As we enter 2026, the U.S. Army has undergone a complete transformation. The image of massive infantry formations advancing in traditional 20th century-style warfare is now a thing of the past. In their place stands one of the most modern ground forces in the world, designed to win in high-tech, multi-domain, and asymmetric warfare. This is a leaner army, built to reduce logistical burden while maintaining overwhelming firepower. It is a more mobile army, capable of rapid deployment across any terrain, from burning deserts to dense urban environments, from deep jungles to frozen Arctic regions. And above all, it is an army deeply dependent on technology, where data, speed, and precision determine victory or defeat. Every U.S. infantry unit today is more than soldiers carrying rifles. They are true digital warriors. They are equipped with advanced night vision systems, allowing them to dominate the battlefield even in total darkness. Personal positioning systems ensure every movement is tracked, coordinated, and synchronized with extreme accuracy. Tactical communication networks link every soldier, every squad, every unit into a single integrated system where information is shared in real time. A U.S. soldier on the modern battlefield is never truly alone. He is one node in a vast digital warfare network where reconnaissance, command, firepower, and support are fused into one unified force, reacting faster than the enemy, second by second, minute by minute. In terms of ground firepower, the U.S. Army operates some of the most advanced combat platforms on Earth. Modern main battle tanks are no longer defined by firepower alone. They prioritize survivability, protecting crews from a wide range of battlefield threats. Long-range rocket artillery allows U.S. forces to strike deep into enemy rear areas, destroying bases, supply depots, and logistics lines from a safe distance. Highly precise tactical missile systems can turn critical targets into kill zones within moments. But what truly makes the U.S. Army formidable is not the number of tanks or troops it fields. Its core strength lies in the ability to detect, decide, and strike from long range, hitting targets with pinpoint accuracy before the enemy can close the distance, before they can react, or even before they fully understand what is happening. This is the power of an army that dominates the ground not just with steel and explosives, but with intelligence, technology, and the seamless integration of humans and modern warfare systems.
The Air Force, owning the sky. If there's one branch that truly overwhelms its rivals, most experts will point to the U.S. Air Force. By 2026, the U.S. doesn't just have advanced aircraft, it has more of them, and it keeps them in the air longer than anyone else. America operates the largest fleet of combat aircraft on the planet, backed by an unmatched mix of support planes. This allows the U.S. Air Force to maintain air operations almost around the clock. Modern American fighter jets aren't just fast or powerful anymore. They're harder to see on radar. They fight as a team, not as lone aircraft, and they constantly share what they see, targets, threats, and battlefield data in real time. The U.S. Air Force never fights alone in the sky. Every mission is part of a larger system. Fighter jets are supported by tankers that refuel them mid-air, command aircraft that manage the battle from above, and surveillance and electronic warfare planes that track enemies and disrupt their systems. Together, they create a kind of controlled sky, an airspace where enemy aircraft struggle to hide, to move, or even to survive. And air dominance is only part of the picture. The United States also has the ability to strike from extreme distances, hitting targets thousands of kilometers away without sending aircraft deep into enemy territory. That's why in modern warfare, control of the sky often means control of the war. The Navy, control of the oceans. In 2026, the U.S. Navy is more than just a military force. It represents America's ability to control the world's oceans. When people talk about the U.S. Navy, they're not talking about individual ships. They're talking about a system. And at the center of that system is the Aircraft Carrier Strike Group. A carrier strike group is never alone. Think of it as a moving army at sea. At its core is a massive aircraft carrier operating as a floating airbase. Surrounding it are multiple destroyers and cruisers, providing protection and firepower. Below the surface, attack submarines move silently, tracking threats long before they're visible. And tying everything together is a layered defense network designed to stop threats from every direction. These escort ships aren't there just for show. Each one plays a critical role. Some intercept incoming missiles at long range. Others handle close-range air defense. Some hunt enemy submarines. Others secure the surrounding sea space. Every ship is one piece of the puzzle. And when those pieces work the way they're designed to, they form a floating fortress capable of operating anywhere in the world's oceans.
Aircraft carriers, a moving airbase. A U.S. aircraft carrier isn't just a big ship, it's a fully functioning airbase that moves. On its flight deck, aircraft are taking off and landing non-stop, day and night. Below deck, thousands of people work together, operating like a small floating city. But the carrier's greatest advantage isn't its size, its presence. An aircraft carrier doesn't need permission to pass through foreign airspace. It doesn't need land to build a permanent base. As long as there's open ocean, it can operate. That means the United States can bring air power close to almost any region in the world, quickly. And in modern warfare, sometimes how fast you show up matters even more than how much firepower you bring. That's why aircraft carriers remain one of the most powerful tools in America's military arsenal. Control the seas, control the world. In the modern world, the ocean is more than a battlefield. It's the backbone of the global economy. Most of the world's goods, energy supplies, and critical raw materials move by sea. Which leads to a simple reality. Whoever controls the oceans controls the flow of the world. The U.S. Navy understands this better than anyone. That's why it invests so heavily in maintaining maritime dominance, not to show off power, but to ensure it can step in whenever global stability is at risk. Because in today's world, naval power isn't just about war, it's about influence, access, and the ability to act when it truly matters.
Submarines, the threat you never see. If aircraft carriers are what everyone notices, U.S. submarines are what no one sees, until it's already too late. American attack submarines are known for three things. They are extremely quiet, they are incredibly hard to detect, and they can stay submerged for long periods deep beneath the ocean. They move silently, almost invisibly, watching everything that happens both on the surface and below it. Submarine firepower doesn't need to be dramatic. It doesn't need warning shots. One precise strike can be enough to change the entire situation. But submarines aren't just weapons of attack. They are also tools of strategic deterrence, covert intelligence gathering, and control over critical sea lanes. In many cases, the mere possibility that a U.S. submarine is nearby is enough to make an opponent think twice. Because when it comes to submarines, not knowing where they are is often the most dangerous part.
Conclusion: power and restraint. By 2026, U.S. military power is massive, comprehensive, and undeniably intimidating. But history has made one thing clear: military strength alone has never guaranteed the final outcome. Modern warfare depends on far more than weapons. It depends on geopolitics, on how force is used, not just how much of it exists, on human will, and on variables no model can fully predict. No military is unbeatable. No technology delivers absolute victory. So the real question isn't, is the United States powerful? The real question is, in an increasingly complex world, how will that power be used? As the sky grows darker and the vast ocean disappears into the night, one truth remains: true power sometimes lies in knowing when not to use it.